Yo, 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 yo. Oh, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. As you can see on your screen, I am DOZ. I am here hosting the Smackdown review for the week, the Valentine's edition, even though it was yesterday, or even though it was the 13th, 2026 of Smackdown. And overall, I thought the show was all right. You got some good, solid wrestling, but it felt like an extension of Monday Night Raw, where you got matches for the chamber and you got like a women's title match, but overall it feels like okay, we're on the road to WrestleMania and we're just chugging along to get to WrestleMania. We're 9 weeks out, and good lord, I can't wait for this to all come to an end. Zam, what'd you think of the show? And then I'll go to Boss Man next.
They had some interesting moments, like the 10-man tag team was a bit unusual. I thought they were insulting the women's title match with that bloody Valentine's Day bullshit, and sometimes sometimes with certain matches it just feels like business as usual. You know what I mean? And it would have been better. No, I'm jumping to the end. It would have been better if Sami Zayn won that match. Cody, it's just so business as usual. Like, oh, okay, Cody Rhodes won. It's just like it's very mundane. Same faces again now. This is not what I want from wrestling at times. I want you to mix it up a little bit. Cody Rhodes has won the title enough. Make him go a different direction.
Yeah, the holy shit moment would have been Jacob Fatu winning the match because it's like, okay, they've been really pushing him. And I think they're going to go with what the predictable route is. Oh, Jacob Fatu interferes in a title match, and then Drew McIntyre's like, no, I'm not going to let this stand. So at WrestleMania, we're going to make it a triple threat match, thus kind of making the chamber pointless, in my view. But, Boss Man, what do you think?
I agree. I thought this was a decent Smackdown. I mean, like, it's better than the last couple of ones that me and Sam have sat through. Because the match quality, there seems to be more matches than there are on Raw from what? Because I think I watched Raw this week, yes I did. So, the fact I can't remember is I think. But, yeah, there was, like, far more matches. And the thing is that the problem is that it's just the same kind of, like, people in the same things on. There's no one new to shake it up a little bit. And, we've got these new people who are coming in, like, Trick Williams and Obi Femi. And the point I made to all last week is I don't have a reason to care about them. And the audience doesn't have a reason to care. I mean, Obi Femi looks like a complete beast, don't get me wrong. And Trick Williams comes across like a smug ass. But I've not been given a reason to care. And for the positions they put these people in, I need to care. And they should be going for the US title. They should be like challenging Carmelo Hayes for the US title. And like I think Oberferi should. I would not squash him, but like beat him up a lot to get it. And then he just goes on a massive like undefeated streak and then loses it in about a year or something. That's the way I would book it. But this is the problem. But this is the problem with WWE. It's just the same people doing the same thing. Like Sami Zayn. I love the fella, but it's come to the point now. There's a term for it. You got to shit or get off the pot. Like you either got to get the championship or you just got to go away. I'm sorry, but like this whole thing of we might give him it, we might give him it, we might give it, we don't. Oh, we might give it, we might give it, we don't. It's like it's getting so boring. It's like come on, guys.
It's gonna be like that thing of like remember in 2006 in TNA when everybody wanted Samoa Joe to win the world title, and then when he finally won it 2 years later, nobody gave a shit. No one cared. That's exactly what's going to happen to Sammy. When he finally gets it, it's going to be like, okay, great, but we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And that's
we gave a shit a year ago, 2 years ago, but you've not given us a reason to invest in this guy.
Yep. All right, and let's get into this recap.
Okay.
Tiffany Stratton comes out. It's Tiffy time, and they're in Dallas, Texas. She's like, do y'all know what time it is? It's Tiffy time. And then she's like, I lost the women's title a few months ago. I had a great rookie year. I expect to walk in the chamber or walk in at Elimination Chamber and get the fucking title back. Lash Legend and Nia Jax come out looking like fucking the Red Power Rangers. I know they're trying to promote Valentine's Day, but it came off like they were promoting Power Rangers. And they're like, yeah, we're going to become the women's tag team champions tonight, blah, 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 blah. Then Rio comes out and they're like, yeah, we're going to go through the elimination chamber and one of us is going to win and we're going to go on to fucking WrestleMania. And then we get into our first match of the night, the tag team title match of the women's tag titles, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Lash Legend and Nia Jax. This match to me felt like a nothing burger because it just started off slow. They had good back and forth action, but then it ends in a no contest because reasons. So, meh, I didn't really like that. But Boss Man, what'd you think?
I thought it was all right. I mean, the thing is, the women's tag titles and the women's tag championships and what they are seems to be like the best thing. I mean, the thing is that I want more focus on the women, like, because it seems like the women's singles division has just gone downhill, and like this was pretty good. I mean, like Tiffany looked like Tiffany, and it's good to see that. But yeah, was an okay match. That's just my opinion.
It was all right. Sam, what'd you think? Oh, did he pass out on us?
It's funny the way like they've. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
I think you're a bit delayed,
okay.
mate.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Like I have to say, like Ripley and Sky, they've been bringing it. Regardless of them maybe being so-called wasted in this division. I don't think this match was as good as previous. You know, it had obviously had its moments, but obviously other things were going to entail, and so I wasn't surprised by that. But they've been kicking off shows recently as well, and it's good to see them on SmackDown because they are the tag team champions, so they need to be on both shows. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
And there isn't a women's tag belt on SmackDown, is there?
No, they got it defended across both brands.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. They have to be on both shows.
Yep. But yeah, the referee stops it, and your winners and still are tag team champions are Rhea Ripley and Io Sky via referee stoppage. And then Carmelo Hayes comes out and cuts a promo, and he's like, here's the deal. You know, I've been busting my ass. I've been fighting real hard. There's this one motherfucker that's been chasing me. Ilya Dragunov, get your ass out here. And then here come the band of mid-carders, Matt Cardona, Apollo Crews, MFT, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Basically, the guys that could get cut at any fucking time. Nick Aldis comes out and channels his inner Teddy Long and goes, hold on a minute, players. I'm going to make this a 10-man tag team match. And for what it was, this was a solid match. And the MFTs got the win. Everybody got their shit in. There's too much action to call here. So I'm just going to say for what it was, I thought this was a good match. And after the match, after the MFTs get the win, the Wyatt Six are in the crowd and they do the stare down. So I wouldn't be surprised if for the Chamber, they put the tag team titles on the line, the MFTs versus the Wyatt Six. But everybody got the chance to show what they could do in this match, which was its purpose. Sam, what'd you think? I'll start with you.
Good to see Apollo Crews in action in some capacity.
Yep.
I'm wondering, if he's going to get future endeavored or not at this rate. It felt like it should be maybe. I know they're banned mid carders and stuff like that, but it kind of almost felt like it should be a pay per view and stuff like that. But at the same time, it kind of shows you where the MFT's at. That they're fighting this lot and they're not fighting, say, a more top tier bunch of guys for whatever reason. They are pretty much a mid card stable, and it's a shame, really, from where I know the bloodline have been shuffled up and only Solo Sikoa is the only original one left. But it's like at the NXT groups and a lot of groups where they shuffle the pack, so to speak, and next that they don't feel as dominant as they once were. And I have no problem, by the way, with Carmelo Hayes taking the pin, because usually, like, the top guy is allowed to get pinned in tag matches because of interference and skullduggery and shit like that, which doesn't make them look weak. You see that quite often. So him getting pinned, no problem with that whatsoever. But this Wyatt Six stuff, I don't give a flying fuck about it.
Yeah, if the Wyatt Six got future endeavor tomorrow, I'm sorry, Bo. I wouldn't care if that happened to them. I'm like, yeah, Bray's gone. I'm sorry he's gone. But the Wyatt Six is over, and I don't mean that in a good way. I'm like, I'm done with the Wyatt Six. I have no desire to see them. Bossman, what'd you think?
I wish I disagreed, but I agree. Like, I mean, I don't know what this was meant to do. Is it just to give people who are in the mid card something to do? So to give Matt Cardona and Shinsuke Nakamura. Actually, I agree with you. I didn't know what the flaming hell Apollo Crews had been. And then just to see him randomly backstage with talking to flaming. Who's he talking to now?
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona.
Like, is that Apollo Crews? Where the hell's he been? I was like, and then he just randomly in this match. I was like, okay. And then like Matt Cardona comes out for no reason. And he's just there going like, okay. And then the White Six are in the crowd, and so it's like, and again, this feud is over a fucking lantern. Like I'm supposed to give a fuck about that. Like,
you know what would be a great idea? You know what would be a great idea, pal? We're gonna have them feud over a lantern. That'll get paper. Damn it!
Like back in the day, like they used to. The thing is, like when they had feuds like over the Undertaker's urn, or you had the feuds over like Jake the Snake. All right, there's a reason that we gave a shit. They were connected. They were an emotional, what's the word, anchor for that wrestler. We've not been given a reason why that flaming lantern matters, apart from writing to Bo Dallas because it's Bray Wyatt's thing. But like apart from that, we've not been given a reason to care about
it. Yeah,
I agree. That's fair. That is fair to say. All right. And if nobody else has anything to add regarding that. Yeah.
Lanterns. Jesus Christ.
Okay, and this was stupid. I know they're promoting Valentine's Day, but I hated this. We head backstage, and Charlotte Flair gives Alexa Bliss Valentine's Day gifts of roses and an autographed picture of herself. And Bliss reluctantly forgives Charlotte for eliminating her from Rumble, however the fuck that happened. Julia with Kiana James versus Zelina Vega versus Alexa Bliss with Charlotte in a women's triple threat elimination chamber qualifier. This was all right. The ladies got their shit in. Alexa Bliss gets the win. I would have liked to have seen personally Zelina Vega win it because I think she's one of the more underrated women that they got on that roster. But with Bliss winning, we know what this is. Charlotte's going to qualify in a week or two, and then it's going to lead to, oh my God, another friendship betrayal, as if we haven't seen that 10,000 fucking times. And those two are going to have a match at WrestleMania. So we know where they're going with this. And overall, the match itself was all right. It did what it needed to do. Now we'll see if Charlotte fucking wins the next week and we move forward. But Bossman, what do you think about it?
I'm fucking sick of flaming tag teams. It's like, can we not have fucking tag teams? Can we not have something more creative? It's like, look, I don't mind it every once in a while, but it doesn't seem that long ago we had another one. I can't even remember who it was. Like where it's like we're friends, but everybody's really. It's just like, oh, actually, I could tell you exactly who it was. It's flaming Becky Lynch and flaming what's her name, Lyra Valkyria.
Yep,
that's exactly who it was. And I didn't care then, and I don't care about this. I mean, like the only thing I cared about actually in this whole thing was has Charlotte Flair had a boob job? That's literally what I was thinking about because for the entire this thing, that's all I was looking at. It's like because like. Charlotte, you've got a lot bigger than the last time I saw you. It's like, are you wearing like a push-up bra or something, or have you had it done? Because it did look like you had work done. I'm not persuaded to hey, she wants to feel good about herself after the divorce. I'm all for it. But when I'm giving a shit more about that than I am about what you're saying, what you're doing, that tells you about the match quality and the quality of this segment. Done. There you go.
All right, Sam, what'd you think?
Well, like I said, business as usual. Like I was getting, like. I'm getting really annoyed with sacrificial lambs for main eventers to be in the main event, and it's just so mundane and boring. Like, surprise me for fuck's sake, WWE, surprise me. It's just so. Oh, here we go again. I personally thought I think Julia should have won it personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a little bit. Oh, okay. In the main event again. Oh, okay. All right, whatever. No surprise there. Like, let's move on. I'm just bored. I'm bored with the same. I'm bored with status quo wrestling. I really am.
And then Sami Zayn and Ray Phoenix have a backstage segment. This was actually a damn good match. Trick Williams versus Ray Phoenix. I thought that both guys got to get their shit in. It was a very good back and forth competitive match. Love the finish with the Trick shot just out of nowhere. Trick is talking that shit. Trick needs to be in contention for the United States title and eventually for the world title down the road if WWE know what the fuck they're doing. But since he's black and since WWE doesn't really care for black folks, they are going to fucking make this guy flounder in the mid card, which absolutely sucks. Because I think Trick and Carmelo and all these other African American talent can shine, but Trick and Ray had a damn good match. Zam, what do you think about that match?
Well, look, I do agree with you to a degree, Jose, but let's not push the guy to the moon too soon. He's just joined the WWE, even with a US title belt. Let's give him a chance. You know, I wouldn't mind if he lost. Personally, you know, if he, I almost wish he lost to Ray Phoenix. You know, to a degree. Like, once again, I just feel like here you go, Trick. You just joined. We're gonna push you a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Have a Ray Phoenix, and then what does that mean for Ray Phoenix? You know, as a wrestler, is he just there just to do the job for fucking everybody? You know what I mean? It's just like that now. You got these guys are glorified jobbers. That's their nickname now. And I'm always having a problem with this sort of style of wrestling. Wrestling. I thought we had moved past this when Vince McMahon had left, because you kind of felt, okay, this is obvious. I expect this to be like this, the way things are panning out. WWE were very good at for a little while just shaking things up a little bit, but now I feel like it's a reset, and this is just going back to the same old way of doing things. And look, Trick has just joined. He can lose a match or two. Like, it's not the end of the world. Fucking Sami Zayn has lost so many fucking matches, and he's been on the cusp of the main. He's been in the main event scene, not on the cusp of it. He has been. He's been main eventing pay-per-views and being in title matches. You know, you can. You know, people like, even like I said, Kofi Kingston, when he main evented Mania against
Daniel Bryan
and Santino Marella, when people wanted him to win things. You know, in the final, in the last two in the elimination chamber, you don't have to be constantly winning things to be a top guy. Like, but you need to. I think the wealth needs to be spread a little bit here and there, and you know, you can have a little stumble and whatever. You're not winning every fucking match.
Yeah,
I just don't want things to be predictable, and that's been the issue with wrestling for me recently.
Yeah, it feels like we're back kind of in the Vince era to an extent. It does feel like we're back in the Vince McMahon era.
Yeah,
well, Boss Man, what'd you think?
I agree with what Sam said. Like, I mean, the thing is like, I like Trick Williams. He's got this kind of, I don't like him burying Sami Zayn before the match. It's like, this is not how you build with somebody. Like, the thing is that the rule of wrestling is that you don't bury people, because if you lose to that person, you look like shit. Because it'd be like boxing. If I started like mouthing up, like let's say me and Sam were in a boxing match and I started mouthing up, and then Sam knocks me out, I look like shit. If I knock Sam out, then all I've knocked out is shit. So I've lost like, so I look like shit, or I've beat shit. Which one is it? So I don't like this. And then I agree with what Sam said. Like, they basically turned Ray Phoenix into a jobber. So basically, he left AEW, where he's in one of the more successful tattoos that they had, to come here and basically be a jobber for mid-carders. I hope he's happy.
Yeah, fair take. All right, and then I'm going to let one of y'all take this one first. Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace for the Women's Championship. Whichever one of you want to start first, go ahead.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah. You go for it, boss man.
Jordan Grace carried this. She's obviously the talent of the two, because like Jade looks ungainly when she does anything.
Jade's not ready. Not ready.
No, I mean she did. I mean, I will give her slight flowers in this. She did sell her arm really well in this, to the fact that she didn't use it in the Jaden thing, and like when it has been worked on and stuff like that, I thought that's pretty well good. Well, but throughout this, you can tell that flaming Jordan Grace was having to work around the limitations she has. I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't do a title change, because like Jordan Grace you can build matches around because she's a talented person and also looks like $1 million. But, Jade Cargill, apparently, I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're sick of the backlash to the whole African American thing. But I'm like thinking, it's not the women people who've got the problem with, it's the men. So I was like thinking, sorry, I've been sick all week. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, this is. I thought it was a decent match. I thought Jordan did a good job of carrying Jade. But should Jade be in this spot? I don't think so. But that's just my personal opinion. What do you think, Sam?
I maybe because I'm so bloody attracted to her, I've got such a soft spot for Jade Cargill. But for me, the bigger picture was like this whole match. Like Grace shouldn't be in the title picture just like that. And the way they did, like I said, when I did McMahon era, this was it. This was like an insult to women's wrestling. By doing this with this whole thing with Dominic and God, why is her name skipped? Liv like coming out and doing their Valentine's Day shit. Like they could have done this as a promo in the middle of the ring. After the match or before the match. That might have worked, but to do it in the middle in the match, I had a real issue with that. And that was, for me, was the biggest issue. This is the women's world title, a women's world title match. This is a top tier belt here, and you're doing this shit. No, and once again, when you throw in the fact that Grace is already fighting for the main event, and it's on SmackDown as well. Like everything felt off. And yeah, I didn't like it. She could have had a non-title match. That would have been better for a start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, earn your dues, pay your dues, But, and then maybe I could have forgiven this Valentine's Day shit. But to have it in the women's title match, now I thought that was a bit too much for me.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Liv come out and be all like, all right, yeah, bitches, I'm here. I got to scout my opponent. And Dominic could have got his heel heat and said what he said. And then they should have left. But the thing that popped me is when they brought out the chicken tenders or chicken nuggets or whatever, and Wade Barrett calls them chicken nuggets, and Joe says to sort of step back at him. Those are chicken nuggets, and I thought that was pretty fucking funny. But
they could have joined commentary. Come to think of it, they could have been on commentary. That would have been more acceptable.
Just talking shit. But overall, I don't like how they book Jordan Grace in this scenario. It's like, oh, okay, you're here now. You're already competing for the women's world title. You lost. And now you're going to go in the back of the line. You're going to lose. And then you're going to go in the back of the line. We'll call you when we need you. They should have had it be a non-title match. Jordan should have showed up and said, hey, bitch, I want that. And Jade said, okay, but you got to beat me first before you can fight me. Or you got to beat an opponent of my choosing before you can fight me. Jordan could have won that match. Then you could have done this at the Chamber. And then whatever the outcome is, it is what it is. But overall, the match itself was just all right. But Jade is not ready for women's world title status, in my view.
Do you think they're going to do a heel versus heel main event? I mean,
no.
No. I don't know why they even teasing it.
No. She's definitely taking on Van Geer. I mean,
yeah.
She's definitely going to be staying on Monday Night Raw because that's they're trying. I know where they're going. They're doing this shit to break the Judgment Day up the day after WrestleMania, and Raquel Rodriguez is going to go babyface. Up where they're going with this. I called that shit like 2-3 weeks ago.
I'll be honest with you. If Cargill does go up against Morgan, I'll give them a lot of credit. I really would, because it'll be a heel versus heel match at WrestleMania for the title. I wouldn't see that coming, and that for me would be like will be quite an original concept.
I think Liv is.
Hello.
Oh, I think Bossman might have froze on us.
People always freeze on us when they're about to tell us what their opinion is.
Okay.
But I think maybe he's saying that. I think he's going to say Liv might be going face, or they are tweenerish to a degree because people appreciate a good bad guy. I mean, they're still heels, but they're getting pops. You know.
Yeah. That's pretty fair to say. All right. Well, while we wait for him to come back, I'll just kind of fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
We're back in Nick Aldis' office where my boy and I don't really have favorite wrestlers as much anymore, but Oba's becoming one of my favorite fucking wrestlers. I don't like what they're doing with him though. He's trying to hand Oba a contract for SmackDown. Here comes Kit Wilson. He interrupts
There
the
you
pair.
go.
He does
Sacrificial lamb.
he does a Valentine's Day poem, and they're like, next week, why don't we go one-on-one? And then you can express your feelings to me there. I'm like, no, they could do better for Oba. I'm like, he's already beaten Kit Wilson. He squashed Kit Wilson last week, for fuck's sake. So we're doing this again. It goes to show that they are out of ideas. I'm like, this is not how I would have a potential main eventer be with SmackDown. I would have Oba just coming out wrecking shop just like he's been doing. They don't need him wrestling like squashing jobbers, but you know, he's a big dude, so that's what they got to do. And then
Bossman's back. 1 second, Bossman.
Yep.
What were you going to say about?
What were you going to say before you froze?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that Liv, for me, is over. You know, she's a heel. She's over enough to be the face. So, like, kind of like a Stone Cold or kind of like a
anti-hero.
Anti-hero. And I think that she's over enough in that sort of capacity to be the face in the match.
I think she would be the face in the match, but I think she's getting popped because people appreciate her and Dominic's heel gimmick.
Yeah, they appreciate it.
Sometimes your heel gimmick can be so good that you can't help but like it. Like when Daniel Bryan was doing the yes shit. You know what I mean? People were loving it. He was a bad guy, and you like a heel gimmick can be so good that people just I want to get with this person.
Yeah. And then any thoughts about the Oba and Kit shit? I personally don't want Oba squashing Kit twice.
No, I don't either. I think if they fight again, I think Kit should take him to the limit. I think, like you said, right, I've lived last time, and then give him a good fight. He still lose, but like he looks good in the losses. You know what I mean? Oba because I think Oba can make him look good.
If they look, I agree with you, but the way Kit Wilson's being portrayed, they'd be lucky to fucking last 5 seconds against anybody. He's just getting smashed, destroyed. He's getting humiliated.
It's because of the new Heath Ledger.
And where's his is this fucking partner still there, or is he released?
No, he's booked.
Hurt? What the fuck? Oh, he did, huh?
Yeah. So actually,
Elton Prince.
Elton Prince, yeah.
Okay.
There's do you know Stevie Richards? He's got a video on it where like it was just something it was just like a normal bump, and he broke his neck.
Oh,
okay. And he's been out since May? So yeah, that's the reason that Kit Wilson's having to do this.
Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, well, get well, Elton Prince. All right, and then it is main event time. Here we go. Sami Zayn makes his way to the ring. Jacob Fatu makes his way to the ring, and Cody Rhodes follows. And here we go. This was actually, you can go last. This was actually, I'm going to start with Sam on this one because since this is his show, you take it, Sam, and then I'll go second.
Well, regarding this match,
yeah.
Like for me, it was always going to be like, for me, the outcome was more important than the match itself.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know who is going to win this, and it's the one person it shouldn't be is Cody Rhodes. You know, it should not have to be Cody Rhodes again in the main event again. Like, oh man, like please mix things up. I'm begging you, WWE, mix it up. We're not going to mix anything up. You know, American Nightmare going to win it. You know, and stuff like that. And, you know, I can see Drew McIntyre interfering in the fucking chamber.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he's been interfering in everything. And oh god, like what does that mean? Then, for argument's sake, if Rhodes does win the chamber, we're going to get Drew versus Rhodes again. And they've been feuding. You know what I mean? Like the originality.
And they've been feuding for what, like the past 3-4 months, maybe if not longer.
It wouldn't be so bad if they weren't having matches, and then you could lead up to something like this, or maybe the one match. You know what I mean? But but to have several matches and then for these guys to have and let's be honest, Cody Rhodes has been dominant in most of them, and then for them to possibly fighting at Mania, no. This is even if it was a triple threat match or whatever. Yeah, it's like come on, like this is what put me off wrestling in the first place. It was the predictability, the same old status quo shit, and this is no different now. Like this is boring as fuck. And by the way, the Elimination Chamber's got hardly any build. It's I think it's
2 fucking weeks away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
It's 2 weeks away. And here's the thing. I'm not even going to watch it live that night because I have like literally no interest. Like I have no interest in the women's chamber. I have no interest in the men's chamber because we know what the main event is going to be. We know the main event is going to be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. That is closing WrestleMania. It's pretty much 100% confirmed at this point. As far as SmackDown goes, they're going the status quo route of Jacob Fatu's like, I'm about to whoop somebody's ass. Cody's like, I want my fucking title back. McIntyre's like, I want to keep the fucking thing. And I'm like, we couldn't do a fresh matchup of Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania? No, because we have to get the American Nightmare in there because he's the next John Cena. Thank God this is his last fucking contract, and then we won't have to see Cody after these next 5 years. But they are going to milk this motherfucker for all they can, and I'm just like, okay, I get why they're doing what they're doing with Cody Rhodes, but Cody at the same time doesn't need to be in the WWE title picture right now. If you wanted to take Cody off TV and bring him back around SummerSlam and be like, hey, I want my fucking title back, I'd be like, okay, cool. We got a break from Cody. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre are getting their shine on, and Sami Zayn is getting his shine on. Cool. But no, they're going to go status fucking quo. In WWE, I would not be surprised if they close WrestleMania Night 1 with Cody pointing at the sign with the WWE title like, yay, I did it. And I don't fucking care.
They John Cena-ing him to high heaven and stuff like that. And what I'm really, really worried the most is that they're going to heel turn Sami Zayn. And there's nothing worse than heel turning a face jobber into a bad guy, because if he's already jobbing as a face, he's gonna be jobbing as a fucking heel, and then people will give less fucks about him. You know, it's like people want to cheer for Zayn, people want to see him succeed, and like this like feeling sorry for himself moment he's going through. I'm really worried about that heel turn. I don't want it to happen.
No, I don't either. Sami Zayn as a heel, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Even when he was with KO all those years ago, I was like, I don't care. I don't want Sami Zayn as a heel. I would rather have Sami Zayn. I would have rather have had Sami Zayn win the title back a few years ago when he was white hot. But Sami's going to be the Samoa Joe of like, oh, okay, he got it, cool. But this should have happened like 3-4 years ago. So
yeah,
I don't really care.
Yeah. But if they are saving it for Riyadh next year, it's going to be a long road. You know, it's just, but so be it.
Yeah. All right, boss man, what'd you think?
Look, I love the fact that the building McIntyre is this sort of like super insecure heel who has to interfere. We can't interfere in everything. There has been a time where like he kind of like he like goes, all right, I'm just going to take on whoever, and he looks strong as a champion. At the moment, he looks like the biggest pussy champion of all time. I mean, like he keeps interfering in everything, and I'm not exaggerating here. Like the last two things we've treated Cody Rhodes of Jacob Fatu, he keeps on putting his fucking awe in it. I'm like thinking, why? It's like the last thing that you put your awe in, they're literally having just like a backstreet brawl. It wasn't even a match. The bell hadn't even rank, so basically it wasn't even a match. It was just them fighting. I mean, like, and why did you interfere with that? That made no sense. And this made no sense. It's like, dude, they have to win like the chamber, and the chamber is one of the most difficult things. You want to go to the chamber. The chamber breaks people. Like, I mean, like, do you remember the time that flaming John Cena like won it? And flaming Edge came in and flaming gave him the spin. The reason they did that was because flaming John Cena had been through the flaming ringer. Right? And this is Super Cena who shrugged off everything.
Yep.
It's like badly butch, folky bullshit, right? And I agree with Sam. Like I don't want Sami Zayn to be a heel.
No, I don't either.
He's so good as an underdog, flaming like. But the thing is, I agree with you. Like at the moment, they're just turning him into a glorified jobber. He needs wins. He needs wins over name guys. He needs wins over Raw, and he needs wins over. He should have got a win over AJ personally. He needs a win over Flame Gunther. He needs a win over somebody. somebody with a name and so you're going, so he's running against this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and he's building momentum. So when we get to Mania next year, we give a shit.
Yeah, but I think they're going to Samoa Joe Sami Zayn. By the time he gets it, no one will give a fuck about it because it'll be like, oh, okay,
if it's like, for argument's sake, if he does win the Rumble, then you can see the writing on the wall and you can see the predictability of it all.
Yep.
And that, even if he does win it at Riyadh, well, you're doing fan service instead of doing a service. You know, like you're making it once again predictable by saying, okay, here we go, we're going to let the Muslim guy win it in Riyadh, you know, and everyone's going to be fucking happy and stuff like that. No. You don't have to go down that road, you know. You don't have to do that. And that's if they do that, by the way. There's no saying they will do that. That's not a guarantee.
But there's a chance that it could happen.
There's a chance that could happen, but, you know, but even then, like the way WWE operate, this is more wishful thinking, I feel, than anything. You know, but yeah, just give the guy this is why I wanted him to win the title at Rumble while other people didn't. Because, like, just give him the fucking title and get this shit over with, like, for fuck's sake. You know, people are always going to be wondering.
Yeah, because it's one of those things of like, well, we know it's coming, but then when it happens, it's going to be like, okay, so it happened, but yeah.
But my thing is, though, Jose, it needs to fucking happen. Like, please stop prolonging this. I beg you, because I'm worried. It is getting to a point where you think, you know, look at LA Knight. Is he going to fucking win it? You know, and personally, I think LA Knight should fucking be the guy who faces McIntyre at Mania, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that worked for me. You know, but
and
regardless,
it's something we haven't. And it's something that we haven't.
Exactly. Yeah, but you know, but like I just, I'm worried actually. I'm more worried that Sami Zayn ain't gonna win it than gonna win it. I think I'm more in that level now. That he's never gonna fucking win it.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair statement to say. But overall, for this SmackDown, I felt that it was just mid, another mid fucking thing. It felt like an extension of Monday Night Raw. Oh my god!
I mean, there's more matches. I thought the matches they had was
because it's 3 hours. That's why.
Yeah. Well, but the 3 hours in bloody Raw, there's less matches.
Yeah,
no, Raw is less than 3 hours. Raw is 2 hours.
It feels like 3 hours when
of course
I
it
have
does.
to sit through it.
Yeah.
I could tell the wrestling fatigue for me is setting in. I cannot wait till we get done so I can take a fucking break because I'm just like, oh my god, these shows are a chore to sit through. I mean, SmackDown is the better wrestling, yes, but I just wish it wasn't fucking 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right, Jose, I'm going to do something I rarely do. Right, you should watch what my school does. Right, they put 2.5 hours of wrestling. It's about £4 all in, and you can pause the thing whenever you want. There you go. And,
okay.
There you go. Future Shock Wrestling. There you go. Just some free. Yeah, there you go. So that's a free advertising for yourself. There you go. So there you go. But yeah, this is just.
Yeah, I can't wait to just get done. Like that's kind of where I'm at. Like the fatigue is setting in big time, and I'm just like, we've got 8 fucking weeks to go, and I'm like, oh man.
I don't know. As I said, like apart from Punk and flaming Roman, I can't think of a single match that they've really built up or they're building up. I mean, because to me, they should have saved Gunther AJ for Mania. That's just my opinion. You should have seen that. They should have saved that moment for Mania. Just having it on a random flaming, whatever it was, flaming on Royal Rumble didn't really help it because it was in a foreign crowd. It should have been in. I mean, I know it's in Vegas, but you could literally say, well, AJ Styles' his family are foreign in from bloody Georgia, or I think he's from Georgia. Yeah, and foreign in for Georgia, blah blah blah, and just promote it, and he loses. So the reaction would have been 10 times better.
Yeah, it would have been, but yeah, for WrestleMania this year, even though we've all got means and ways to watch the shit, I'm not watching WrestleMania as it happens. I'm gonna wait. I'm just kind of in that mood of
ticket sales are down. By the way,
they're not even
reducing ticket prices, and I think also like the fact that you guys spoke about it on your Raw review that they are putting a 50-mile radius blackout.
Yep. Cannot
which
do
is
a watch along party. That is petty as fuck.
that's gonna kill businesses. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many bars and restaurants that are relying on that, and it's like a fuck you to them. You know, if you, instead of me not watching it at a pub, I'm gonna spend $5,000 to buy a fucking ticket at WrestleMania. No, just watch it at home. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just like it's ridiculous. Like, you think people are going to spend? Oh, I can spend maybe $200 in the bar or $5,000. Like, there's no choice. You know, if you take it out of their hands, they'll just watch it at home. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. There should be a
Yeah.
boycott. You know, in my opinion. I
The
hope
word
they
of the
don't. I hope they don't sell tickets. I really do. I
the word
really
of the
do.
day. The word
Yeah.
of the day today is predatory, ladies and gentlemen, because that's fucking WWE and TKO. They're like, yeah, we're predatory and we're greedy and we don't give a fuck about you. We just want your money. And that's where they're going. They're like, yeah, we just want to make as much money as we possibly can make while giving you the most shittiest of a product. And
Right,
it's just like,
I would say go watch AEW, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
I have to start watching.
Yeah, I have to stop
Like,
watching AEW. I can't stand this anymore.
My issue is that I've watched AEW a few times, and sometimes it's like their production value irks me. With you, when you're so, regardless of how WWE frustrates me, I've been so used to their production value that I almost and because AEW has got money backing it, I almost expect a similar style of production value. And
right.
I don't get that, and it feels a bit off at the times, like when I'm watching it. But yeah, you're right. I should invest more in AEW. It is maybe it's the I don't know what it is within me, which is not doing it, but it's just not on my radar enough for me to do it. I sometimes feel like it's like this is where wrestlers go to die. You know, like sort of
a lot of
place,
it has to do with the fact too that we're all older. We're not spring chickens.
set in our ways.
Yeah. If this was like 20 years ago and AEW was a thing, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll watch them. But I'm like, I don't have that kind of time. I don't have Raw is enough to sit through, and then coming by doing this every now and again with SmackDown, I'm like, okay, I'll pop in for a SmackDown every now and again. But yeah, I can't
WrestleMania
invest that
season.
kind of time. Yeah.
WrestleMania season as well. Maybe after WrestleMania.
Yeah, after WrestleMania, I think when I'm taking my break, I think I'm gonna try to get into AEW and NXT for that matter. That's where I'm gonna go.
Well, I mean, like I always watch AEW live, and there's very little bullshit on it. I mean, again, like there's too much flaming like high-flying bullshit for me to flaming put up with. But do you know what? I'd take that any day over boring talking segments any day of the bloody week.
Yeah. Thank you. There's no cousin Cheeto here, by the way. He's just the three of us.
Yep.
It's
yes.
All right. Yeah, but it's because you've got CC on your thing. That's why it is.
Yeah, really? But overall, this was just a mid episode of SmackDown. Honestly, I would say if I was going to do like out of 10, it would probably be maybe about 6. Just like really wow me. I don't really feel the need to tune in again next week. Honestly, that's how it is. I'm just like, okay, meh.
I'm if you don't mind me marking it next. It's
weird.
I thought the matches were good, but the results were bad. I didn't like Alexa Bliss winning it. The only result I liked was Carmelo doing the job and the MFTs winning it. But then look, they're still feuding with the White Six. I totally forgot about that. You know what I mean? This mid card stable feud, it just doesn't. You can just tell, like, when it's a mid card stable feud, how irrelevant it feels in the top tier, upper echelon feud between stables and factions. They feel so irrelevant. And obviously the business as usual matches of certain characters winning it. I expected Cargill to win, but that Valentine's Day thing was an insult. And I did not like Cody Rhodes winning it. Even though I wanted Zayn to win, I wouldn't have been upset if Fatu won it. It gets a you know what? It's gonna get a 3 out of 10 for me. Like,
fair.
It's so business as usual, so mundane, so average, so same old Vince McMahon era. I'm very disappointed. Make me surprised. Surprise me, WWE. You know what I mean?
Go with something new. Like if they would have done Jacob, I would have been like, fuck yeah, let's go. Because Jacob, what I love about him is he's been talking shit, and I love that about him.
Yeah,
and it's great. But yeah, go ahead, boss man.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give it. Do you know what? I was going to give it a 7, but listen to you two, I'm going to give it a 5 because you're both right. It is a very just average show, and it's sad to say because it's like it feels like I'm slagging off the performance, and it's not their fault. It's the flaming writing and the booking.
Yep.
That's why, and that's why. If you're a WWE wrestler and you're watching this, I'm not criticizing you. I'm criticizing the booking that you're having to work under. And the thing is that like I don't know what it is with Triple H. I don't know whether like the secret sauce that he had has now run out. I don't know, but all I do know is that it's not working now.
I think it's that feeling of like we got all excited when Vince was gone, and I remember everybody saying like, "Oh yeah, Vince is gone. It's going to get better." I'm like, I was one of those people that was admittedly like, yeah, I wouldn't keep your hopes up about that. I was like, I think we're going to see more of the same Vince-isms, and that's what we've been getting. It's like even though Vince is quote unquote retired, it still feels like to an extent he's kind of there.
Yeah, the ghost of Vince, and he's not even dead. He's lurking about and stuff like that. Like I think this is what happens when you kind of get stuck in a rut and you're doing the same old shit, and you almost forget. When you're constantly giving this a product every day, and you forget how to mix it up. Somebody like Cody Rhodes is going to get injured again, and you think, oh fuck, now what do we do? Sometimes some wrestlers only get the opportunity because the other guys are out. How many times did other wrestlers get an opportunity because Cena was fucking injured? Until Rose probably gets another knock, or has to do a fucking film or something. Somebody else might not get a chance of being the top guy. It's a shame, really.
Yeah, it's going to be more of the same shit, and I already see how night one is going to end if they do Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. Oh, if Cody or Drew win, honestly, it won't even fucking matter because it'll be like, oh, okay, either of you guys won it, cool, whatever, and it'll be the same thing for Monday Night Raw with Roman Reigns and Punk. It's like you got one old guy and you got one part-timer. WWE needs to fucking say, yeah, and WWE needs to fucking say, okay, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be having these guys in their fucking late 30s and 40s in the top anymore. Maybe we should be pushing younger motherfuckers like Obafemi and Braun Breaker and all these like younger people that we have. Because once again, WWE's got a veteran problem, and I'll always stand by that. Fuck out of the way, and you need to build for your future because no disrespect it.
Apparently, like Braun Breaker's like pissed some people off, and apparently he's hurt himself.
Yeah, he got hurt.
But I heard that he's pissed some people off with the vision thing because it's that thing's flopped. They kind of like the blades be put on his shoulders, a little bit as a reason because he's kind of the face of it now. He's been kind of blamed for it, because this is what happens when wrestling things don't work. It's not on the writers; it's on a wrestler because they didn't make it work.
Yeah, Seth Rollins was the guy. Regarding, it's unfortunate they're having to wing it, to a degree. But there are people who paid their dues in this industry. Like I said, like a Sami Zayn, they never get their fucking opportunity. And Rock versus Cena. Sorry, not Rock. Sorry, Roman versus not Rock
Punk.
Cena, Roman versus Punk. Like they did. Remember, it was a triple threat, but they had a match last year. Let's not forget that. But it's a weird feud because I'll never understand why Roman is hardly on our screens. I don't know what the fuck is he doing to be on wrestling for so little, but he's gonna have his moment filled in by Finn Balor. And Balor's paid his dues, and he's the same shit with him.
Even said Balor's just a stopgap. That's all he is. He's just there, just to take the pin, and that's it. Because there's no way Finn Balor's going to win.
You got all these
Chamber.
Good guys. You got all these. You got so many guys.
Yep.
You got so many guys who are, in my opinion, top tier guys, and you're not treating them like top tier guys, and making that top section, the upper echelon of wrestlers, a bigger pool. You're keeping it so fucking tight and small with the same fucking guys winning shit all the fucking time. You know what I mean? When you got people like Balor and you got people like Zayn, and there's probably another wrestler or two that escapes me, you could put in that mix, who have been there for a long time, 10 years plus, who deserve better than what they're. Kofi Kingston is another one who deserve much better than what they're fucking getting, because they all former world champions have been on the cusp of it, and they're just not using them correctly. It's just very insulting. It's very stupid. Poor booking.
And that's one of the reasons why the fatigue is setting in, because it's like, okay, how many times are we going to see the same fucking shit? Which is why after
Priest.
Yep. Yeah, they fucking relegated that dude too, and he's in a chamber qualifying match, and it's like most people even forget that Damian Priest has actually won a world title.
Yeah, like LA Knight, who did he piss off?
Yeah. Yeah.
There is an element of me that, to a degree, doesn't mind the fact that somebody like Priest is then, from being a world champion, is feuding with an Aleister Black, but at least it elevates him to a degree and stuff like that. But it just feels a bit weird in the WWE. Like, how authentic does it feel in the fact that maybe somebody's being demoted, if anything? You know what I mean? Like, the way the WWE does it, things like people should be able to feud with maybe lower tier guys, and it feels okay, it feels acceptable. Like somebody like Cody Rhodes, he should be able to feud with I don't know, I'm just trying to think of a guy who's a heel who's not too up on the card, but he could feud with them, and make it feel acceptable without him feeling demoted, and making it feel like he could still fight for the upper card and all of that sort of stuff later on. While giving other people a chance to be at the top. You know what I mean? Keeps things fresh. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, keep things fresh and keep things good. But yeah, with WWE, I just got a notification about the low ticket sales, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised. People are not about to get ready to pay People are not about to pay $70,000 to sit at ringside for WrestleMania. I know I wouldn't. But
forget it. That's just
WWE.
That's just ringside, dude. I mean, you could be fucking in the cheap seats and you're still spending four figures.
Yep.
It's an insult, in this day and age with the cost of living and stuff like that, and how expensive Vegas is, outside of the ticket
in
itself,
general.
like Vegas,
Yes.
Yeah, Vegas.
Because I went to Vegas a few years ago, and it cost me like best part of like $1,000 to stay there.
Yeah.
Because one thing they do tell you is that there's if you stay on the strip, there's a charge for staying on the strip every single night you're on there.
Oh yeah. If you go to Fremont Street, that's where you want to go in Vegas, because Fremont Street, it was cheaper years ago. I don't know about now, but Fremont Street is where I would recommend people go if you're going to go to Vegas.
It's hidden fucking expenses. It's hidden fees and shit like that. No offense, but in your country, they make it so like the consumers and the little guy. They're just there to get ripped off by fucking corporations.
Oh yeah,
businesses, that's
you're not wrong.
Deregulation and shit like that, and they're finding ways to charge you just for fucking breathing out there. It's just they want little incremental charges here and there for fucking anything and everything. I'm too afraid to go to Vegas for shit like that. I don't want to fucking lose all my money. Just and that's not even at the fucking crap stable. That's just fucking walking around.
Yep. Yeah, you can't do shit now, and it's like, man, with WWE, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this was the highest grossing Mania, or the most profitable that we made.
I hate that.
Yeah, not this year.
I fucking hate that, man.
Yeah.
They brag about how much money they're making. Like, fuck you, man. You motherfuckers.
And the worst thing is that it's supposed to be bloody New Orleans. And then,
they were going to go to New Orleans this year. Yep. But
they
got
so much money
off.
Yep.
And then next year, money in Vegas, yeah.
Yep. And then next year is just going to be a glorified house show for us. Because when we do our watch along, that's basically what I'm going to look at it as, is a glorified house show with a WrestleMania banner on it.
In Saudi Arabia?
Yep, because that's Riyadh. What it is. Yeah, because they're going to Riyadh next year for WrestleMania.
Fuck's sake. Sorry.
Yep.
So we've got to go to a murderous theory. And by the way, this isn't against people who are Muslim or people who are Arab. This is just that particular country are fucking disgusting. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's going to be everything. It's going to be everything. They're going to have SmackDown there. They're going to have Raw, Raw there as well. But it's going to be on a Sunday. It's not like they're going to be able to fly back to America in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to have it all. They're going to have it all there. That particular week. And so.
Don't think good about it is that it'll be a reasonable hour for us, Sam. But that's it.
Yeah. Look regarding Saudi Arabia, I get people's grievances. With that country, but a part of me is like thinking to myself that if they bring any elements of liberalism into that extremely conservative country, like where they are, women are wrestling, you know, regardless of them being covered up, they are wrestling and stuff like that. They are, you know, you're chipping away at that that level of backwardness, you know, that ideology, and you're trying to bring them into the rest of the world, into the 21st century. I find that a good thing. You know what I mean? I genuinely do.
Yeah.
But I do get people's grievances. But right now, you know, considering the way America is right now, and they're fucking putting people in concentration camps just for being fucking brown and arresting people and killing American citizens and shit like that. You know, people should be fucking boycotting the states, you know, for what's going on. They got a fucking pedophile as the president of the United States. You know what I mean? And they're fucking covering up. You know, we saw the hearings. I'm sorry for getting political, but we saw those hearings. They're covering up for the rich and powerful fucking kiddie fiddlers. You know, it goes both ways in my opinion. So yeah.
But yeah, overall, this has been SmackDown, and yeah, it's just not really impressive. And we've got Monday Night Raw coming up this week. Cheeto and I will be coming at you guys to recap Monday Night Raw. God help us. And does anything have anyone they want to plug real quick before we go?
So,
obviously we have our. I did a review of the Wrecking Crew, by the way. I recommend watching it, but my review, I've watched my review, of course, but I do recommend watching the film. Got Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa. It's good fun. My reviews on the channel right now. The latest Starfleet Academy episode as well, and anything else in between. If we get an opportunity to review it or talk about it, we'll do so. And keep an eye out for Monday Night Raw this next week.
Yeah. All right. I would like to thank Zam and Boss Man for joining me. I am DOZ. We are NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel that you kind of maybe sort of heard of. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.